What's up, everybody? This is Anthony Clauditis coming at you with our 1 under 10. This is where I share one truth in under 10 minutes. Stay tuned. All right, today I'm going to be talking to you about self-talk. Do you ever have these thoughts in your mind? I can't speak in front of people. Yeah, I'm not a people person. I'm an introvert. I'm not good in certain situations. I don't have what it takes to lead. These are all things that we tell ourselves. These are the negative thoughts that fill our mind and our hearts that hold us back. They're limiting thoughts. I was listening to Jimmy Valvano, the late great coach of the Wolfpack that had that fantastic season that led his college team to the national championship. And he talks about having a positive attitude. But one of the things he does is he shares a story about his dad and how his dad believed in him, and he called that his greatest gift. Why am I saying this to you? I'm saying this to you because much of our self-talk, whether it's negative or positive, comes from the most important people in our lives. And that, for most of us, is our mom and our dad, our families. So I want to play for you this clip from Jimmy Valvano describing his father.
I want to talk about my father. My father was the single most important, influential person in my life. He never made a lot of money. And I think he's the richest man I ever knew. He never had a position of real importance, and yet he influenced more people than anyone else that I know. My father, Rocco Valvano. Let me tell you, so I know I'm running late. Let me tell you, you have to share. So when I got this job, my first job, I said to my pop, I said, boy, he's great, Dad. And he said, what do you want to do? I said, we're going to win a national championship. And he said, I'll be there. I said, it's hard to do that. He said, no, I'll be there. Right now, it took me 8 years of work before I even made the tournament. That was my dream to win, 8 years. First year I made it, I'm coaching at Iona. I call up home, my dad, mom in New York, I said, we made it, we got a bid. So we celebrated the way Italians celebrate, we eat. You know, it was on a Sunday, we eat. All right, we started at 2 o'clock, you finished midnight. Halftime about 6 o'clock, you know? My father calls me upstairs in his bedroom, which has never been in my father's bedroom, you know? And he calls you up and he says, there's a suitcase. Now remember I told you where my family's from. My father's never left New York. My father thinks everything north of the George Washington Bridge is Canada, right? You understand that? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's got the suitcase. What's that for? He said, I'm gonna be there when you win the national championship. My bags are packed. I said, Pop, it's hard. Well, you'll do it. We lost in the first round. The next year, same thing. We lost the second round. He said, you're Gainer. I moved to North Carolina. We made the tournament. I called him. It became a phrase, a catchphrase. My father said, my bags are packed for you. My suitcase is packed for you. And we lost and we kept losing. Well, the year we won, 1983, I got a great picture of my father and I on center court in Albuquerque, New Mexico, hugging, and my brother gave it to me and it said, like father, like son. It's the most important gift that I have from my brother. That picture, I know I'm not half the man my father is, but just that he knew what a compliment that would be to me. That night we celebrated. My dad said, what are you going to do now? I said, we're going to do it again. He said, no, I'll be there. I said, I know you will. All right, the next year we made the tournament, called my bags are packed, we lost. Next year we made it, we lost. But we lost in regional finals. And after the game I called up, we lost to St. John's in Denver, Colorado. I called my pop, he said, what a great game, I saw it. Oh, you were one. Next year you'll make it. Then I flew home that night. He was one of those people who after I spoke to him, I always felt better than before. One of those, maybe you know somebody like that. After you talk to them, you feel better than you did before you went in, right? Maybe you know someone. Well now, I get home that night, it's 2 years ago, and this is what made me think about it. I got home, my house in North Carolina, a lot of people there, and I came, what's the matter? Called me in 2 years ago, April. My father had a heart attack and he died. And I lost my best friend in the whole world. This is not a sad story, it's a happy story. But I was knocked for a loop. Those of you who've lost a loved one, you know what that's like. This was my first time in my life. I didn't know how to handle it, and I was missing. I couldn't understand what it was I was missing. A lot of people lose, you know, the people they love and maybe handle a little bit better. What was it? I didn't see him all the time, and I was traveling a lot, right? And then it hit me, what it was he gave me. I call it that. The gift my father gave me And I think it's the strongest and most powerful gift I've ever received. And it's a gift I find we don't like to give to each other, both in our business and our personal life. I spent 2 years trying to give this gift to other people. The gift my father gave me every day of my life was he believed in me. My father believed in me. He believed in me when I failed. He believed in me when I wasn't as fine a son, friend, husband, father as I could be. And I've done all that. But he's the one person who, when I didn't measure up to my standard or someone else's standard, he'd look me in the eye and he'd say, "You're gonna make it. I know you are. My bags are packed. You're gonna make it."
There you have it. That's the great Jimmy Valvano. I hope that speech inspired you. So I want to leave you with this simple idea from the Bible. You know, Jesus, he was baptized. And the Bible says that when he was baptized at that moment, heaven was opened and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove on him. And a voice from heaven said this, "This is my Son whom I love, with whom I am well pleased." Really makes you wonder why God the Father did that. Did Jesus not already know that? I think God was affirming his Son in that moment. This is my Son whom I love, and I am well pleased. And it was from that moment on Jesus started his public ministry and went on to change the world. So I guess this message is twofold. It's for the person that's listening. It's for you to switch the negative thoughts to the positive thoughts. Step into the destiny that God has called you to. And the other audience I want to talk to are the influencers, the parents, the grandparents, the leaders. You have a tremendous amount of power in your words and how you can influence others. So use them wisely. Give the greatest gift that you can give and believe in others.